Hello again, YouTube. This is Dave. I am still working on the Apollo 250. I just received the new carburetor for it. Again, it's a Mikuni. There it is right there. A couple of differences between this carburetor and the last one that I showed you. Again, we've got different adjustments on here for metering and that sort of thing. So air metering down at the bottom for the pilot. I'm fixing to break it open, clean it out, make sure everything's the way it should be. I've already installed the top cap onto the bike, and as soon as I get this thing broken open, we'll talk about it a little bit more, see what I find as far as jets and those sorts of things. Alright guys, just opened up the carburetor and there's no machining residue in it at all. There is a little light coat of oil which I'm going to spray out real quick. Everything looks good in here. It's got a 100 main jet and it's got a 20 pilot jet. Now from what some of the other guys have said, probably need to go up in size on both of those, but we're going to try it out stock and see where we're at and then go from there. Alright YouTube, got the carburetor back in the bike. Very simple, just 2 bolts. Make sure that you alternate snugging each side down. That's so you don't get the gasket pinched on one side and have an air leak or anything. Now it is a really tight fit in this bike. You can see it is almost touching the carburetor there. So I mean, not the car. You can see the starter motor is almost touching the carburetor. Not a big deal. Not going to use that drain that much. I might at a later date get a different intake manifold here, but it fits. I'm happy. It's got enough room. And since they're both the starter and that carburetor are hard mounted, they're not going to be moving around against each other or anything. And if I really need to get in there and drain the fuel bowl, I can certainly still do that. Now I'm fixing to put the tank back on. Just wanted to show you something that I had to do with the tank. When I took the tank off, I got to looking at it and noticed there is this mounting tab on the back of the tank, and you can see that it's broken off. So what I did, I didn't want the tank rattling around on the back here. You can see where it's rubbed on the frame for a little bit, so we want to stop that. Now I had a couple of options. I thought about going ahead and getting some JB weld and seeing if that would hold, but I decided to do something a little bit different, and it looks like it's going to work out well. Let me set the tank down here real quick. So tank on the bike, and I made these mounting brackets to use on the tank, and where they go from is from the subframe mount right there up to the plastics mount. So the subframe mount to the plastics mount, and it holds the tank up off of the cross member there, and everything works out good. So I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, carburetor's in, tank's on. It fired pretty much right up. I did have to do a little adjustment to the idle air screw, to get it to where it would run and stay running, but very stable. You can hear it right now, and throttle response is instant versus what I had before, which was a little hiccup, and then it leaning out on the top end. So I think that this might work. I'm going to test these jets out and we'll go from there.